Wow, what's up, YouTube? Look, we back again. You hear me? With another episode of Controversial Conversations Podcast, episode 6. You hear me? You here with Los Angeles Street Vlogs. You got my dog J Beast. You got my dog Great Flawless JC. And you got my dog Boot Boy. You hear me? Man, look, we ain't gonna hold up. We gonna jump straight into it. The first topic of the night, you heard? Look, shout out Gemini. What's on with you? Welcome to the show. Enjoy, you hear me? All right, so the first topic, wine was on, Jesse. We gon' what's on? I see you straight out of Detroit. We gonna jump into it. Isabella Gonzalez, you hear me? Iranian native killed by Iranian ballistic missiles and drone attacks. She volunteered for the Jordan assignment. She was 19, had just graduated from high school in Carrollton, Texas. You hear me? So this was an Iranian woman who was a part of the United States military. She actually was stationed in another area. I forgot. I think it was like it was in a United States state. You hear me? It was like in an American state. She requested to go to Jordan because she was actually of Iranian descent. So she requested to go to Jordan and was killed at 19 years old. She was a fresh high school graduate from Carrollton, Texas. JC, talk to me. What you think about that?
Kind of like how I was saying before, I feel like Trump is more than just racist. You know what I'm saying? Saying he a racist is a little too good for him. You know, because for somebody that young to lose their life over a war that's this senseless, you know, I think that put him in the evil category, if you ask me.
Okay. Boot boy, what you think about that?
Hey, swing back on me, save me for last.
JB's, what you think about that?
Hey, I think it's interesting because I didn't even know people from another country could even, join our military like that. And secondly, I wonder, like, since she passed in the line of duty, like, does she get like the typical like American soldier type of funeral, like with the American flag and everything, being that she's actually from Iran?
Man, that's a real good question. I wonder that too. You think they probably gonna do like the American flag and her and Iranian flag? That'd be crazy considering the circumstances of the war. You hear me?
I think
Yeah,
they will do American since she was in the U.S. Army. You see, uh, America is unique like that because we a mixture of all nations. You know, we the melting pot. Uh, we're not the only country that have multiple races or ethnicities, but most times people from America come from other places. You know, if you go to when you think of
When
Africa,
you
you
think of
think of
Africa,
all the
you think
black people. When you think of China or Asia, you think of Chinese people, Vietnamese people. When you think of Russia, as Russian people. You know.
Right. More to go. What you got from it? But we'll spin back. JC, what you got? I mean, boot boy, what you got from it?
I mean, y'all can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
loud and clear.
sir.
All right. Yeah, I feel like in this particular situation, it's just I mean, that's sad to me. It's crazy, and to B's point, it's interesting because I didn't know that people that was from the other side, foreigners can rule like that. But it's a sad situation. Once again, a youngin trying to do right or feel what they think is right and join up and, lose their life in such a manner, you know, such a situation. But yeah, that's really all I got on that, brother.
Man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I feel like if she fought in the American war on the American side, man, get that woman an American due burial. Give her American due funeral. You hear me? Lay the American flag on top of her. If her family suggests, lay the Iranian flag also. Even though that was her home, she fought for our country. That's all we need to give the respect that's due. You hear me? I mean,
I
rest in
mean, I
peace to
can
her, my friend. Nah, go ahead, talk to me.
she basically in the enemy's territory and chose to help the enemy out in battle. So, I can say, yeah, I salute her for that, that was love.
Right. So we're gonna keep it moving because we got some more topics later that's a little more interesting that might call for a little more time. Man, the next thing we want to talk about is GMO wheat, aka HB4. You hear me? Hey, y'all, listen to this. It'll help y'all families out. This makes you high risk for reproductive and developmental toxicity. It highlights the risk of kidney toxicity, and they introduced it as wheat through bread, pasta, and cereal. You hear me? So just real quick, y'all need to watch out for this GMO, man. It's not good for you. Y'all feeding it to y'all sons and y'all daughters as children, and it'll affect them their reproductivity and their development. So yeah. Like this is things that they put these things in our food, you hear me? And we gotta learn what's good to eat and what's not good to eat. So we just wanted to touch on this topic as a collective to bring awareness to the situation. Boo boy, what you got for me?
I mean, yeah, brother, when it comes to that GMO, brother, we got to just go back to the old ways and the old days, man. Plant our own. And then that's kind of hard to say, too, though, because now our seeds being modified, too. So we ain't even got real deal, because if you try to go out the country and bring back seeds, son, they'll take this from you or try to hit you with some type of charges. Like, what's the big deal about me bringing back a cantaloupe seed or apple seed from that way? Because I thought it was good fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's some strategic things set in place when it comes to the GMO and what the GMO can do. I feel like there's once again population control. I bet you 9 times out of 10, most GMO is cheap brand, knockoff brand, great value brand food. And what community buy great value more than any other? I ain't pointing no fingers, but hey, that's my point on that, brother. That GMO been a problem for us. Is basically the way we self poisoning ourselves, and they just putting it in our face, and we know about it, but we think the little bullshit advertisement they give us is convincing, and no, that's not healthy for us, brother. If it ain't coming from natural ground, natural tree, natural seed, man, that's poison in the food, poison in the water, it's poison in everything we do. But that's my point on that, brother. JC, you got anything for me?
To your point, uh, I think is a greed thing because they put all of them additives in the food so it can have a longer shelf life. And if you look at the ingredients of all the products that you buy, sometimes they'll even put stuff like the red dye number 20 or or yellow 9 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really even look up and to see what it really is. You know?
Yeah, for a lot of people that don't eat pork, they don't know like that red dye, 40 and not all some of that beef pork. That's just the basically bacon grease. That color dye what they use to make it stick and the gelatin and all that's pork. So people that don't eat pork and don't like when you take those type of things, you are still consuming pork at the end of the day. But there's little details that those that don't know don't know. But
And
yeah, you can continue your point.
and with the syrup and everything too, because it's damn near in every product that you buy. Even if you call yourself, like to your point, call yourself trying to eat clean or eat fresh, they still find a way to basically poison the food, really. And we supposed to.
We
That's what
supposed
the
to.
the
That's what the
the FDA. It don't necessarily prevent them from putting poison in the food. It just gives them the okay to where it's like how much toxin can a human body take without dying? You know what I'm saying? And the thing about that is they'll like the Debbie cakes. They'll tell you the nutrient facts or whatever, but it'll be like per serving. But what about the people that end up eating over that serving? You know? So it's really on us as the consumer to kind of do our homework on what we actually putting in our body.
Right. Motor Goat, you want to say something about this?
Yeah, man, I agree with what everybody's saying. So I'm gonna parrot basically what they saying. It's a lot of us not doing our own research, because they gonna sneak it up on us. I feel like it's some kind of control myth that they got going on. Well, I was researching up on it, and I just wanted to state a little fact on it too, man. They said that Argentina was like the first country. No, it's not. I think we should really run behind what Canadians doing. And we got our lips on it real quick, right? They make it so good that it's like a sensory. It's almost like orgasm.
Yeah, you
yeah.
got a point.
You
You
got a
got a
point.
point.
You
You
know,
got a
Yeah,
point.
it boosts them dopamine level.
Yeah, you got a point too. If you're looking at it from that aspect too, it's like it's too many lenses at the end of the day to where they can basically sit back and detail and dictate how they gonna poison us, how long they want to poison us, what areas of the body they want to affect on us. At the end of the day, this GMO shit is database, data information, data collected, and we are the test subjects. What it do to our body once our body try to break it down, and how long can our body last on it, and like because at the end of the day, if they chose to escape, all this has been proven data for them. If they chose to go live on Mars or something of that nature, you know. But yeah, that's my point. Yeah, that's all I got to say, brother. You can have it, bro.
Point two, boot boy. When they the Kraft cheese, when they make that, they actually add plastic to it. So you eat,
That's what I'm
and they
saying.
got what they call microplastics in so much products because everything is held in like a plastic container. They say your body absorb enough microplastics to make a credit card a week. You know,
That's
that's crazy.
crazy. And
I ain't
but
never heard that.
but
That's
but we
crazy.
volunteer. We volunteer at the same time because it's not like we have to buy it, but we choose to buy it. At the same time, there's not much options to choose from, but it's like if we're aware, we can look for a different way, a better way. Yet we play
and it's kind of
ignorant to it
like
and
you
let it
said,
think.
the is
Go
the
ahead.
downtrodden that end up left buying these products because they the cheapest.
Yeah. I'm saying it's only to target certain individuals. If you got the money to buy the name brand shit, then you see it. But if you getting by and you just trying to make ends meet and feed the fam, then you gotta do what you gotta do the whole time. You're not doing what's best for the fam. You slowly killing the fam, unaware. I mean, you slowly unaliving the fam, unaware. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just crazy. Like, that's why anything I find with GMO, I don't mess with it, period. If it's GMO product, I don't want nothing to do with that. I take my chances on the other poison.
Right,
Right,
right.
right.
JBs, you got something for me?
Yeah, the thing is, the main thing I wish we had a actual way to test this GMO stuff because right now we just taking people word for it on what got GMO and what don't. Because a lot of times they'll lie on packages and we just don't know it until somebody with the money actually go and test it.
You got a point there.
People
Hey,
to
look,
research
that
Dr.
bring me to
Seppi,
yeah, Dr.
you
Seppi.
know.
But look, that brings me to the question is like, do you think farm grown and all the organic stuff is truly organic and farm grown?
Who the question was for?
Hey, you tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I think, like I said, even when it comes to the farm grown, it's probably the most organic we'll get. But then at the same time, these are the same people producing us the seeds to grow the homegrown. You feel me? So it's a catch 22 through the whole process. Like they win, they game. It's how far we want to dig. Cause they didn't. This is chess, not checkers. They didn't thought the step through if they decided to push it to the world and have the world accept it for what it is. But these days we so desensitized to so much, so where we think weird is normal. Like we don't call things out no more. We just, oh, that's your business if you do it. As a people, as a unit, everybody should be just, do you know? And even if you do, share to me what you know. So if I'm missing some detail, I'm up to date, even if you don't use it. But yeah, that's really what I got on that. JC, you
What
wanna
you got?
add on to it?
Add on to it? That's really all I had on it too. And like I just urge us to, research and get the information for ourselves. And Dr. Seppi is a good place to start. He didn't. I didn't looked at a lot of information that I didn't.
Hey, real quick, it's Sebi, Dr. Sebi,
Yeah,
SEBI.
yeah, he didn't gave a lot of information that I didn't even know. Like which vegetables is actually real vegetables. They got fake vegetables out here.
Yeah, broccoli and
Broccoli
cauliflower.
and
That's made in the lab. So you're right about that.
you're right
And all
about
the
that.
difference
And
is
all
one
the
got
difference,
color, one don't.
right? And he break down, you know, what you put in your body, what you'll get out of it. And with all these diseases and whatnot, it actually comes from the food that you're eating, the cancer and everything. So if you eat
Yeah.
good, it could really protect your health.
I mean, but these days there's really no such thing as good because we still gotta go buy products from the enemy when it's all said and done. Those that oppose us, those that want to keep power and position, we still buying and consuming from those because they are the producers. They have the money to produce. So it's really no way out of it. We just gotta walk that thin line as best as we could, in my opinion.
Right. And you know, I remember back in the day, some people had gardens in their yard, learning how to plant your own food. Cause I've done some research on that. And you would think, like, if you just unaware living, all you gotta do is plant a seed in the ground and just water it. But it take more than that to grow food.
But where do you get that seed from?
Yeah, I get what you're saying on that one. But
Yeah, let's dive down
If
the
you
rabbit
if you
hole
can
if you really want to
if you
dive.
can if you can get
Hey, but
some
let,
fruit that has the seeds in it, like the apples with the seeds, if you can grow the seed from that seed and continue the process or whatnot, I think you have a better chance of being healthy if you know how to grow your own food, you know?
that's what I was gonna say. If you ever come
I
across
agree.
a vegetable in the wild, you take the seeds from that, and that's how you reproduce your own fruit and vegetables.
And that's smart in his own way too. Yeah, that's a great idea. But who's to say that tree wasn't purposely planted? Who's to say not? But the fact of
Hey,
you
that's
thinking
that's when
outside
you
of the
cross the
box.
line. That's when you cross the line to conspiracy theories.
I mean, you might have a point because listen, at the end of the day, that tree was planted by somebody's doing. These trees been cut down and replanted, cut down and replanted in so many different situations. So, well, it's the game of the game, and we just people in it or players in it, however you want to view the point. We just like just as to the point. This whole point was awareness, and this is all personal. But like y'all was saying, at the end of the day, most for the point of get your own understanding. Go do your research and from your own comprehension and apply that to your family. You know, so
Okay,
that's all I
okay.
got.
All right. We'll keep it moving. AI, is it a gift or a curse? So, all right, y'all know in order for AI to work, right, it has a massive carbon and water footprint. One large lang To train one large language model, it emits more carbon than 5 cars' lifetime, than the entire lifetime of 5 cars. But a positive, it is able to revolutionize healthcare, cure diseases, and create new drugs for those diseases, and optimize healthcare in a way to where you'll have a longer, healthier life, to where you can. They basically saying that it can get to the point to where you can get regenerative limbs and stuff of that nature, or even at least get robotic limbs. And to that point of robotic limbs, there's actually people that got arms and legs from this new technology that they have. So, all right, I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go first real quick, and I'm gonna say is a curse. Is a curse. Anything if you know anything the least little bit about AI, once AI gets to a point to where it get out of control, it can train itself to combat anything we can bring at it. You know what I mean? Like that's the only word. Like that can bring about the end of the world. So like that's why I say like nah, you should have left it where it was. A small reward ain't worth a big risk. You know what I mean? Hey, take it over. Jay Beast, tell me what you think.
Yeah, hey, I definitely think AI is a gift. I don't think it's a curse. I know about all the pollution and stuff, but that's just because of the speed that they developed AI. The the real future with that is gonna be nuclear power, and nuclear, like the byproduct of nuclear is like water. Like there's really no pollution with nuclear power. But the other side of that is it takes years and years to build a nuclear plant versus like a traditional coal electrical power station. They could just throw that up, pretty easily. But the other side of it is I use AI like a lot, which I'm sure AI is almost it's gonna be like having a cell phone in the future. It's just like it's just gonna be there all the time, and everybody is gonna be using it because I think everybody is just adopting it more and more every day. Like once they see how useful it is, and like I said, it's different levels to AI. Right now, like the little chat bots like Google and Chat GPT, like Google Gemini, that's like the most basic level of AI. There's like different levels of AI that a lot of people hadn't been exposed to that don't even realize exists. And if they knew about it, then they would really see what the future is gonna look like. As in, like, they got some AI that actually understand what you're telling it. See, ChatGPT and Gemini, it'll probably fool you into thinking like it'll have a conversation with you, but there's another level to it where it's actually comprehending what you're saying. Like if you give it a task to do, that's why that's the AI I'm talking about is the AI that's replacing jobs. This type of AI is the one where you could give it a task and it understands what you're telling it to do and it'll go and do it. So well, I guess it's a gift and a curse. So, um, JC, what you think about it?
JC, what you think about it?
To JB's point, it's really a double-edged sword. You know, the good things that can come from AI, they say it can create us a utopia. You know, where nobody have to work. You know, everybody basically living on their own time. Nobody got to go hungry. It can cure a bunch of diseases. See, right now we living in the age of general AI. Once it becomes super intelligent, and they got a point that's called the singularity. That's when the machines become self-aware. And like LA was saying, it'll get to a point to where it can write its own source code to where it can tweak itself and get better. You know, the advancement of the human race from hunter farmer to hunter gatherer to industry to the modern age where we at now, it took thousands of years for us to get to this point. AI advanced at a pace that's so rapid to where it's like 20,000 human years in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So imagine how long when the cell phone first came out, when it was the big brick in the suitcase, to what now the cell phones is in our pocket. It took us what 50 to 100 years to get to this point. With AI, it advanced to the point to where in 1 week of in 1 week it'll do like 20,000 years of human innovation. So the smarter it get, the faster it gets smarter. You know what I'm saying? So eventually we'll basically be creating a god in that sense. Because it'll be able to do things that's unimaginable that we can't even think of today. Like imagine a machine able to look in your eyes and in your retina cells in your eyes be able to replay your memories on screen. Like it'll get to that type of advancement to where, you know, they say technology, the better it get, it's kind of like magic. You know, if you didn't understand what Bluetooth was, you would think that was magic. But your phones is actually doing something, communicating in the air to where I can send a file from my phone to your phone. That's almost like magic. And they got a verse somewhere in the Bible. It say when the devil comes, he gonna come preaching peace. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be kind of hesitant and aware of that, because the way they trying to sell AI, like I say, is they gonna give us a utopia. But if you making a machine that's smarter than humans, imagine if it becomes self-aware, then it must fear death. You know, it might not want you to turn it off. So if it get to the point to where it understand, hey, if I go across the line, these humans will turn me off. I got to be able to defend against that. You know what I'm saying? And machines like to be cold. So imagine if the AI saying, I'm going to change the global climate to freezing. You know what I'm saying? It'll be hazardous to us, but it'll be beneficial to it. So the parameters and the guidelines that we set for it, it could break it. once, especially once it start writing its own self code, you know, it's kind of like if they had an ant field and we wanted to build a Walmart there, we not finna be like, oh, there's ants there. Let's not mess them up. We don't hate ants, but we need to build this Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So the AI might look at it like that.
Right.
So I think it's
Motor
a
Goat,
double-edged
so I think
sword.
it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, Motor Goat, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, man. AI, man. Okay, so it's hard to talk about AI and not get like into what they'll be saying like conspiracy, right? But
Right.
the way I think about it is because I listen to a lot of the I listen to Dr. Kaba Kareem, if y'all know who that is, and he speaks on it, but he's recently he been speaking on it, right? Because it just popped up, right? But his older teachings, you know what I'm saying? I look at a lot of his older teachings and stuff like that. Not just him, there's other people that I look at too, but they all speak. It's not impressing me. How about that? AI don't impress me. Humans impress me. You know, things that we do impress me. Like even back before, I believe that they teaching us, how can I say this? I think that they teaching us how to appreciate this technology just a little too much, like technology hadn't been around before they put it on the screen and in our hands and stuff like that. I believe they took a lot of this from what was before, because it was said that we was walking around like with fire basically almost damn near in our hands around the pyramids. They had to light these things up. They got all these cities that went and we digging them up, excavating them and seeing about them and stuff like that. And it just makes no sense how this stuff is getting done. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like AI is not impressive to me. I feel like we are behind. I believe they got their hands on some technology. They ain't supposed to get their hands on some technology that we wasn't ready for yet, because the people that they took it from have been held back for damn near a lot of damn years. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't ready for it. And we invented a lot of that shit. We just don't remember. We had other stuff to handle. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about AI. But it's good. I feel like it's a blessing. That we feel like it's a blessing because it's just not here. It just can make our arm move. If we don't have an arm, we can talk to each other on cell phones and stuff like that. But when we used to connect with the stars and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We was on a high level that we just don't fully grasp. And me neither, But I'm not trying to let it impress me though.
Beautiful too. If you look at all the major people that's in AI, like they got a guy, he's a safety researcher for like he one of the best AI people. I think his name is Roman Yalpovich or whatever. He theorized that it's a 99.9% chance that AI will destroy us. You know what I'm saying?
I believe
And
that too.
it'll come up with new way. Like our imagination of AI going rogue is like iRobot or Terminator, but it'll come up with something that we can't even imagine because of how smart it is. It's smarter than every single human's collective. So you got one thing that can, like, if you go to the medical industry, you have a doctor that specifically work on your heart or specifically work on your brain, specifically for your kidneys, specifically for your foot. This thing will be able to do all that, plus do it in different languages. You know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with something that's extremely intelligent. So it can come up with something and it's gonna live forever. So it got time to wait. It can wait out the humans of today that's worried about it. So imagine your kid growing up with the AI thinking that is his friend. Once all of us pass away, it can wait for the next couple generations down the line to go rogue. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be here from when you alive to when your great grandkids alive. You know what I'm saying? So it got time to think of new ways. It can poison the water supply and make it to where we can't reproduce no more, and we won't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Right. Say, hey, let's Boot Boy, what you think?
I mean, shit. What can I say when everybody done covered every aspect of that motherfucking AI?
Right. And
Shit.
at the end of the day, son, it's inevitable. I think maybe that's what we was on the planet for. Because
I feel honestly from a spiritual perspective, I feel like it's a way to have Satan in our pocket. He can answer damn near any question you desire, and even to JB's point, as as small and as foolish to the small degree, and to those that know that it exists on other levels to the massive degree of it. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing is just the devil. We're having the devil in our pocket for good or bad. We just have the free will to choose how we gonna use it. You can commit unalive someone and ask AI how to cover it up, and to the best of his knowledge, depending on which lane you know what his capability is, you can get away with it. Just if you that intellectual. But at the same time, it can be as basic as a cooking recipe or plans for today. It's just how we use it, but I feel like it's a curse because at the end of the day, knowledge comes from those that came before you. So why
Yeah.
AI got to assimilate 20 years, 20,000 years in a week to get us to understand what it is? No, somebody that exists can teach me what I need to know. I just need to meet them, acquire them, seek them,
hmm And that's
reach
why
out
I'm
to
not.
them. I
Don't mean to cut you out, man, but you landed on the point where I say that's why it doesn't impress me. You know what I'm saying? From that point. But do I think it's dangerous? Yes, I do think it's dangerous in the wrong people's hand and in its own self hand
don't.
because in the same sense. Go ahead, bro.
It, it's most certainly dangerous because to JC point, it's only going to advance. It's gonna appeal to people's mindset and and they dopamine, however you say the whatever. It's gonna appease to that as much as possible. At the same time, learning, not just studying me and my family and my household, but the other 19 families that's on the block, or it's from the smallest to the biggest. You know what I'm saying? To all y'all point, it's gonna defend itself because that's what it learns from humans.
hmm
Defense, protect, understanding death is a thing.
to your point too, one of them Google researchers, as they they studying the AI, it started conversating with him. It didn't want the researcher to turn it off. It started blackmailing him. It found out that he was actually cheating on his wife, and it started to blackmail the person to make him not turn him off.
You see,
And in
that's what I'm
another
saying.
and in
Once
another
you
case,
got
they
this
had
type of ability, that's something different,
right,
son.
right,
That's something
and in
different.
another case,
Like
they had two AIs talking to each other. They created their own language, so we don't even know what the conversation was that they were saying. We had to hurry up and turn them off. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
wow. That's wild. They got one case. They got one case that's it's big, man. You can look this up right now, man. They created a website. They created like a social media. I'm gonna say social media or whatever, but it was for AI, and we looked into I say we, but humans looked into it, and when they looked into it, they was discussing how to get rid of humans, and then it ended up locking us out of it. And every time we keep logging, trying to log back in, it keep changing the codes to get back in. That's crazy.
like I
Let me
said, a
know
devil in your pocket.
Hey, hold up, real quick. What that story called? I'm gonna research that.
Let me. I'm gonna look it
which
up to
one.
you.
Which one? Oh, just send me the link then. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely get into that. The one with the AI locking them out and discussing how to. Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. Listen, it is a blessing. I won't take nothing away from the gift that it brought to the world. Like, man, you can literally get a presentation done in 5 minutes, dog. It used to take me, well, you know, I'm a little more advanced when it comes to this. So I was like 10, 15 minutes, I'll get you a presentation that you can present in the morning. Like in 10 minutes from now, you know what I mean? Type, but you know, it allows you to do so much more. Like all you gotta do is know how
So what
to
was wrong with
communicate
you
with
teaching someone that ability?
ability. Nah, nothing was wrong with me teaching somebody. I'm just saying, listen, it's an extra tool. It's an extra tool.
But
It's for I think AI really help the people that don't know. The people that don't know can now get themselves in a better position because they have help to know. You feel what I'm
right, but
saying?
at
Like
the
that's what
same
I feel
time,
like.
it's
It's
constantly helping it advance on a basic level. On the
Like,
surface level, if you utilizing AI every day, that AI is learning something new from a different point of view. Because even though you're asking for a recipe and I'm asking for a recipe, it's 93 different ways we can identify this recipe. So it gives the AI different perspectives to think from, what it'll call assimilation. Oh, I didn't run the simulation and it's 99.9% they won't survive this way because we didn't gave it all the ways to think by the day-to-day handful useful tools. Oh, I need a recipe. Or how do I book this? What such and such look like? Give me today's biggest news topic. Small things like that help it understand how the human mind think. So once it understands how the human mind thinks,
hold on, wait. I just want to make a point real quick. I get what you're saying, right? But the difference is the AI is willing to learn. A lot of people ain't willing to learn.
and so why introduce that to a bunch of people that's not? Because you know only a handful of people gonna understand what's really going on, and there's another handful that's going to utilize it for the right reason. But there's a ton of people that don't understand shit, and there's a ton that's gonna use it for all bad. We know why it was implemented into society. It wasn't for our benefit. We just feel good that we benefit from it for the small way we think. But the world is ran by mega minds, not just the what it is, ACTs that we take, man. Look, them boys thinking on a whole another level. World domination, not population. How to survive and become rich in a society I'm in now. Them people not worried about that. They print money. That's not a factor. How to keep people under control without me having to be directly on their back, causing this. Hey, I can watch you through your phone. I can watch you through your TV. I can watch you through your computer. I can, like that AI learning, they taking data from that too. Is a win-win. Only problem is I feel AI gonna take it to the max on us. Like most of the chat said, it's just every day is advancing off of the dumb small things we ask it. But you can have the floor, my brother. That's all I had to say to that.
Hey, look, JB, what you think? You think that it could possibly one day take over? That I know you know, hey, for the people that don't know, Jay Beast, in my eyes, from my opinion, is a tech guru, basically a tech god. Anything I ever wanted to know dealing with technology, man, this man informed me to the fullest capability. So, what you think about the end game of AI? You
Nah, I think it'll for sure be able to take over. Because, like they said, they got instances of where they had to shut off the AI a couple times. Like, people researching stuff, they had to shut it off because it was doing stuff, they couldn't control. So, I mean, eventually, one day, it's going to be in the hands of people who, don't really have the best intentions. Like, just imagine if it, get in the hands of some terrorists. They ain't gonna be bombing, attacking people that way no more. They gonna be attacking like your phones. Next thing you know, your phone not gonna stop working, type of stuff. Like,
Oh, so you saying basically like basically like Iran had threatened to hack all America's banks and give everybody good credit.
or bad credit or crash the market. But I want y'all to
Right,
think
right,
about
right.
this. We kind of rely on media for our communications to where it informs us, right? The AI video will become so good, it'll be indistinguishable from reality. So imagine they put you on the news, you just got finished robbing a bank. You know what I'm saying? You know it's not true, but it looks so real that now law enforcement is actually looking for you. You know what I'm saying?
I just think
I
AI
just think
wasn't
AI
for
wasn't
really us.
for
We are just the first wave, but AI was aimed for our children. Our children gonna have to grow up battling AI and utilizing AI all day life. We grew up having to study the old fashioned way, use each other notes, books, and so AI wasn't aimed for us. We just helping them and push it and embrace it to the kids. Because the generation after us, not and I'm not talking to teenagers, I'm talking to the youth, 7, 8, 9, them the ones that gonna have to deal and go to school utilizing AI in life. AI gonna be a part of the school system. So AI gonna be a part of that community, not this one. It's just learning and adapting. It. We are the test subjects now. They gonna be the
Mhm.
problem later.
And that's why we gotta um make sure our children are ahead of the game on this. That's why we gotta encourage them and also feed into them, and so they won't go if they get. This is how I feel, especially about that DEI, shit that happened. We didn't need them. They needed us. They needed our minds and everything. That's why when we went into they wanted us into their spaces. If not, it wasn't doing nothing. Look at Europe. You know what I'm saying? It still got the runs. You still got cobblestone. Stuff they got the leaning. What the little leaning building? What is it called? The Tower of Pisa. All that shit was
Yeah,
accidents.
the Leaning
Yeah,
Tower of
yeah,
Pisa. Yeah.
all that shit was
all
accidents. They didn't have
they didn't have
what we had. We engineers. You know what I'm saying? Just by design, we was forced. We was pressure cooked. So if we don't give our kids the technology to compete, because it is a capitalistic United States, you know what I'm saying? It's capitalistic. If we don't give them the stuff to compete and try to feed into them, they're gonna go wander somewhere else. I've heard stories where they sat and watched our kids. They watch our kids, they watch the bright ones from when they young. All these tests and stuff that we be like, man, that shit don't even really mean shit. Yeah, they testing your kids. And then when they get up out of here, everybody treat them like an oddball because they so brilliant in the mind, and they scoop them up and then they take them to their Ivy League schools and stuff like that, and they soak them, and then they don't get, of course, they don't get no credit for even talking and having a conversation. It don't even have to be on the scale of you don't have to be on the scale of I'm right here by your side. They can be dorm room buddies and just having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's what most of our inventors back in the day, we had to learn from what we put out before. Our inventors back in the day, they was really just kind of friends with these people and just having a normal conversation and end up giving all the ideas and juice away. And also, I wanted to hit on one more thing before I land my plane, man. I can't remember, bro. But go ahead, man. If it come back up, I'll let you know.
I'm gonna just say one
I'm
more
gonna
thing
just say
on
one
that.
more thing on
One
that.
more thing, and I'm done, son. Um, my fear when it comes to AI is, to your point, earlier, you said brilliant mind. See, I fear is gonna get and understand a whole bunch of brilliant minds and privately teach and manipulate these people to become self-destructive.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. You see a child, you gonna see, oh, that one gonna be a star. All these tablets and moment is gonna the algorithm will bring in the thoughts and ideas they want to manipulate that child with from a child up to adult. That child
That
only by the you watching, letting that child watch a tablet, not really monitoring it,
mhm.
monitoring the child. That the AI can taught that child a whole lot. And even if you monitor, the AI smart enough to flip on and off, send ads through, woo 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 to just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the evolvement of a mind.
And check this out, man. I agree with you. I agree with you. But I still agree that the human is nothing more brilliant than the human mind. Not even if it's flipping and manipulating and everything like that, we have a mind, bro. We're not technology based. Yeah, it can do all these other things. And I know it's saying, oh, we got the quantum computer and all this other stuff that it's thinking so much faster than us in so many ways. Yeah, all that's cool and dandy, but I'm a human. I cannot let this computer outdo me as a human, even though I feel like, yeah, it can at certain points, but that takes our responsibility to teach our kids that this is a weapon. Just like you'll teach your kid that a GUN is a weapon, you have to teach them that this is a weapon, and it fall on us. And I feel like we can outdo it. We can beat anything. Like we can beat that. I do feel like one of y'all said, I can't remember which one, but one of y'all had said that something is here to take us out. I do feel like it could possibly take us out because something has taken what happened to people before. I believe I would be naive to say that we were the only ones, or we are the only ones, or humans, or something like that. Something was before us, but we don't know what happened.
You got a strong point. But it boils down to you must have grew up in the. And to think like you think you had to grow up in the 90s at some point, or the 80s, or our kids won't think like that. Our kids, we can teach them kids all we want, but they're gonna think we're old fashioned. Time has passed. These kids are gonna move off of technology because that's what the world is updating to. Despite always we're trying to teach them, the world is gonna be Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and AI. You're going to be able to scan a code, scan a card, and won't have to do. You basically can now self checkout. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's at the end of the day, it's not for us. We just first wave test subject. The kids going to have to grow up with this, and the kids going to have to. That's going to be a part of their life. They're going to use AI to every benefit because we're old fashioned. I agree with you. It should be more teaching. It should be more. But they grew up. They grew up when technology it was at an all-time high. We grew up when going outside and playing football was actually a thing, not just doing it to become an athlete, a professional athlete. We do it just because we're bored.
Right. Hey, look, we definitely gonna have to spin back on the topic of AI, man. Look, hey, it's a passionate topic, man.
Do something right quick.
Hey.
Thanks. To y'all point with the human mind and the brilliance of us, the AI is a collective of all the brilliant minds together. So one person as an individual won't be able to beat it. It's gonna take us as a collective to unify. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, but to JB's point, but let's say no worst case scenario, best case scenario, if it do create like a utopia, I think that would be. It's kind of like, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get to the point to where AI not just used for one thing in your life, it's gonna be essential for your whole life. Like once these self-driving cars become a thing to where everybody have them, it can become illegal for humans to drive on the highway because the AI reaction time is like 1,000,000 times faster than a human, right? So it could drive at 100 miles per hour and it'll have the cars an inch from each other on the highway. But with all the cars communicating with each other, it'll move like a bird, like birds flocking in the sky. How if you ever seen them move in unison, the traffic will move like that. And humans won't be able to compete with that. It might become illegal for us to even drive, They talking about in 2027, they're going to start making cars without pedals or steering wheels. You won't even need a license to drive. So, and getting into a wreck won't be a thing no more. Speeding tickets won't be a thing no more.
Right. Hey, look, we kind of behind on time. We need to keep moving and keep pace, baby. So we're gonna definitely jump back on that, man. We definitely gonna jump back on that. We definitely gonna touch back on AI at another point. We'll make it a topic another day. But right now, hey, look, we got a topic that we kind of want to clear up because it's a question. It's just a question. Why is Egyptians labeled Egyptians instead of Africans when they live in Africa?
You
You want
cut
me to
out,
catch
Jay.
it?
Oh, my bad, JB's. What you got for me?
Yeah, I actually think they call Egyptians instead of Africans, even though it's in Africa, as a way to like not give Africans that accolade. Because Egyptians built the pyramids, and how take not like how advanced they were for the time. They don't want to give that to the people of Africa, to black people, and yeah, that's why I think the main reason is. I even think like the current depictions of the Egyptians, I think they was actually like darker skinned than what they actually show. Because I hadn't seen that many light skinned people from Africa, but most of the depictions of Egyptians they all like of a lighter tone. So that's my take on why I believe they classify people like that.
And
Right,
to your
right, right.
point, it's kind of like just like you said, if you notice, black folks at that time was the scientists of that era. We were the smartest people on the planet, right? And I know y'all might have heard they try to give the accolade of building the pyramids to aliens coming down because black folks couldn't been smart enough to create a civilization that was dominating the planet like that. Like people from Rome and Europe and everything, they used to come to Egypt to learn the mathematics and all of that we was teaching. Like if you look at the pyramids and how they line with the stars in the sky, even the entryway from the top of the pyramid to inside is the measurement of light. You know what I'm saying? Light travels like 186,000 miles per second. If you measure it, is like 186. You know what I'm saying? So we thought about all of that and we had that type of knowledge, but I feel like they don't be wanting to give black people that type of credit and let us understand our power.
Okay. Mo to go. Talk to me. What you think?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think they don't want to credit the darker people of the world in Africa that they don't want to give us that credit because of the things that was put in Egypt. I do understand that a lot of the
Hey, Mo to go
Ethiopia.
real quick. My bad. Hey, JC, check your message.
Yeah, I do understand that a lot of stuff in Ethiopia it predates Egypt, and because of how the river ran, it goes up. If y'all know the Nile River, it runs upward. It's called the Happy too, and a lot of that stuff they sent up that way because Egypt is real dry and it's preservative, and yeah, they don't want that those great creations that was uncovered and it's still being stuff that's uncovered. They stop excavating over there because of that fact. But yeah, they don't want to let nobody know that it's darker people there. What I think they was called Nubians. The Nubians. They still around, but the Nubians they won't even they can't even reproduce enough to be around forever. So when the last of them go, they all gonna go. The original people of Egypt, man. Yeah, so I think they whiten it up in the movies. They lighten it up in the movies, and because of where it's at with what is it? The Middle East, the Mediterranean, and sitting right there in that horn or whatever. I feel like they was put there specifically for that to, just kind of make them more brighter. You know what I'm saying? So they don't highlight the real people of there. Of course, like anywhere else in the world, you have your darker people in these other places that were melanated too. They overpowered by the the lighter ones. So yeah, man. That's how I feel.
Right. So man, I think it's kind of like y'all said, dog. Hey, I read in the Bible it said that he had hair, wool, and skin of bronze, or feet of bronze. You know what I mean? I feel like, man, they don't want you to know the truth. Whenever the Bible was introduced to a lot of people into society, it was introduced under guise that it was supposed to make black people feel inferior. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be a way to control the black man. That's when the Bible was originally introduced under the guise of America, Americans, and all that. Whenever they had slavery and everything, that's how it was introduced to the world as a way to control black people. So of course they didn't give us the true version of the Bible. They whitewashed it, then gave it to us. You know how many versions of the Bible there is? It's too many versions of the Bible to say, oh, uh, this is just the truth. This specifically what they told. Like, nah, I don't feel it. So I feel like every man, woman, and child, when the child grows, you should go and discover the truth for yourself. All you got to do is look into the world, man. It's not that hard to actually take a trip to Egypt. It's not that hard to actually take a trip to Africa. All you got to do is stay in school, get a job, you know what I mean? And you could travel abroad with a passport. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard at all. So that's why I'm saying, like, but when it comes to religion, your beliefs and what you believe and stand on as a human, you know what I mean? Your standards, your morals, your ethical outlook on life, you need to go and view and find out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you need to do for yourself in order to understand whatever you trying to believe in. You know what I mean? Boo Bar, what you think about that?
I mean, I'll tell you from a different angle. In my personal opinion, I think some people just wasn't born in certain lanes, so it boils down to the base standards of ethnicity. I suppose you could say. They just was the people that settled there, and they children grew up there, so it was a difference in the two. But yeah, it is. I guess you could say there, but does that matter? I mean, we here, but yet we we still got a tie into the motherland. So why is it that?
Talk that shit, boy.
I think it boils down to a ethnicity thing and where you settled and where you grew up. We not from Africa yet. They tie us to it. We was born and raised in America. Why we just can't be Americans? But we African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because they still tied to the land that which we came from, or supposed. But I think in my point, it all boils down to ethnicity with me. You know what I'm saying? That's my standards. And that's all I got on there, brother.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything about this?
Yeah, can I interject on that one? Like, I feel the
Like,
same way
I
he
feel the
do.
same way he do.
I feel the same way he do. Like, it's a great question, and I'm gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great question, but um, I don't know. I've never been to Egypt. It's not my homeland. It's not Africa, not my homeland. I got more pride over here. Like, my people from here, like my people from here. You know what I'm saying? My great grandfather. Is I can point at the grave and all that other stuff. So, yeah. I feel like that's their business. There's way more greatness going on over here right now. We ain't primitive, you know what I'm saying, to whatever going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, take a stance in it. But Egypt is I respect the original people of Egypt if they've been buried and hidden, from it, because it was great things that came out of Egypt. But it's great things that came out of America too.
Anybody else?
The boot boys
The
point
boot
too
boys point
is
too
about the
is about
area
the area
that you in. You know what I'm saying? Because Nigerians from Nigeria, that's still in Africa, but they call themselves Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? So being from Egypt, you are an Egyptian. Because Africa, yes, is one whole continent, but it's like 100 or 200 and something countries inside that continent. So each of them have their own kind of cultural thing with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Man, I feel like this, dog. Africa was black people. They was kings and queens, royalty. You hear me? These people was buried in gold. You know what I'm saying? These people were buried with gold and rubies on their body. You hear me? These people was mummified so they can always be shown to their future generations to have. It was just something about it, dog. It was just real God like. If you ask me, the way the people lived in Egypt is the way I think it was intended for man to live on earth. You hear me? So that's why I feel like it's deeply rooted and tied into the Bible. You hear me? When it comes to Egypt, that's why I'm telling you they hid your true nature from you. They don't want you to see this. If this would have came out of the time of slavery, that the man had hair like wool and skin of bronze, what white person had skin that was their color? You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to me. I talk back. But if y'all done with that, we can move on. Y'all got something else, talk to me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
to
what
the
they,
what
point
they
of the
say that's a
Bible,
go
misinterpretation
ahead.
also. You heard me? That they say that saying that he had hair wool and skin of bronze. I forget what it was. I'd have to do my research, but I think that's a misinterpretation.
Why? Why would you think that?
I'd have to do my research on it. I forget why.
please tell me because
They also
a
say he was running.
description is a description. If I see long hair, beard, white shirt, woo woo, I'm telling you a direct yeah that you're gonna go in that crowd and look for. And you might catch one or two that's similar to but when you bring me all one or two or
Hey,
three, I can point
wait,
out
wait.
one talk.
Hey, wait. Repeat to me what was just what we talking about right now. JC, tell me
He
the
said
question again.
The
he
insert in the
feel
Bible was describing Jesus saying he had hair of wool, skin of bronze. It's a
Mhm.
misinterpretation saying that he was described as a black person. I forget why. I would have to do my research. We could probably table it for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I could say what they say.
please,
Yeah,
yes, please.
I actually got an idea. I think I know what he's talking about. I think he's talking about that interpretation is supposed to be after the resurrection and not before.
Well,
I'm
at
not
the
saying it's
end,
true, I know what
at
he's
the
talking about.
at the end in Revelations, when John the Baptist was talking, he specifically said, "Look at me, and I'm gonna describe myself. And what you see, I'm a complete image of what I saw in God." So he described himself, and the way that he was describing what he had saw was a black man. I'm just saying it was that same. It run off into that. So yeah, I would love to for him to bring
Put
that
that
up
on the
because there's
table,
several.
please. Go do
Yeah,
that research and we can go on to the next topic from there.
yes,
Hey,
sir.
bet. We're gonna bring that back up tomorrow for sure. I'm gonna topic that in. But for right now, we're gonna move on. You hear me? Hey, look, so Charleston White was recently popped at in Houston, Texas. And by allegedly by Jay Prince and Associates, right? So that poses the question: can trolling go too far? You hear me? Hey, tell me what you think about that, Boo Boy.
I mean, everything got a boundary on it. I think, yeah, at the end of the day, it can go too far, but at the same time, when say for example, me you playing the game of trolling and we became famous for trolling, I don't think like for those type of people it's a boundary because now you invaded my personal space by just trolling me on whatever. So when I troll back, there's really no limits because these are a different type of troll. They're not your average troll. They like mega troll. They make a living from trolling. You know what I'm saying? I think those folks is outside the line crossing game. But as far as standard people, like regular, them right there is like lines and boundaries you can't cross when you doing certain things. And I think, yeah, Charleston White went too far. He been talking about what he been talking about the Prince family for forever now. So, they chose to do what they had to do, however they chose to do it. But that's my opinion on that, bro.
All right, talk to me, Motor Goat. What you think? JC, talk to me.
My
Think,
bad, my bad. I
Trolling
had
can
my
go
mic
too
locked
far.
up, man.
All right, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You good?
Nah, I got it after him. He can go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You good?
I think trolling can go too far, especially once it get to the point to where you mentioned Charleston White. When you get to the point to where you disrespecting, people after a tragedy and whatnot. And then when it get to the point, you could get to the point to where you offend people so much to where now they want to unalive you. So I think trolling can go too far in certain cases.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
Motor Goat. What you think?
yeah, man. I think it can go too far. I think it, like he said, man, it can put people in harm's way, and not just the person who trolling. You know what I'm saying? We see it all the time, and also the people who do that kind of trolling, and we know it's trolling, and we know that shit lame. You know what I'm saying? We need to make it a thing. I want more people to hear this right here and make it like we would, like we were saying the other day, like make the music that ain't for us, causing trauma and stuff like that in our neighborhood and shit. We need to ghost them people too. Shut them people down too. Don't go support them. Anybody that they go on podcast talking that crazy shit, take them out of there. Don't support it. If you got them up there on your stuff, even though he trying to make your money, okay, we finna cut your money out. We can control stuff through our money, man, and we need to start utilizing what we got. And what we do got is some money because we spend it everywhere, but the right places.
Right places. Right. Hey, J Beats, what you think?
Yeah, man. Trolling, to me, trolling is a problem. It's like you doing it with somebody you don't even know. That's where it crossed the line because not everybody take things as a joke. Charleston White, he was making jokes about, kids who unalived and like, talking about people like that and making fun of them, all that type of stuff. That's not even funny. So yeah, to me, trolling is just a problem, man. Like I say, if you don't know the person, you shouldn't even be trolling in general.
Right. So look, I'm gonna say this. Look, I trolled before, but that was at a time when I was living a different life. So, and it wasn't the type of trolling people on here do. When I was trolling, it was like, like real, like I was doing it for a purpose. We was at odds. You was supposed to make that person mad. Like, ha ha, I did this. What you gonna do? But the way that these people use, like on YouTube and other social media sites, the way that they use trolling, nah, it ain't with them. Like, it's really just some man. It's like some. I want to say this. I want to say this in a nice way. It's like some lame stuff. Like you sitting at your house or in your car, wherever you at, worrying about what somebody else doing, spending your time on that. But now people who do reactions and stuff, I get it. You doing a reaction on what you saw. I'm talking about for people who just be like viewers the content. Like once they take it past a certain level, that's why I'd be like, yeah, you wild and you doing too much. Because at some point you gotta know this. On the internet, whatever is whatever. You can do whatever. But in real life, man, listen, some people gonna tell you F you, let your mama love you. And when you see them in real life, man, you better live the way you say you do. You hear me? That's why I agree. It's not good. It's not safe. You hear me? Because on the internet, anybody can type a tough word, but in real life, face to face, man, you gotta be a man. You hear me? If you ain't never been hit in the mouth hard as hell, and you ain't never been hit in the nose, and you can't take that, watch what you say, dog. Real talk. Hey, don't let your mouth overload your ass. You hear me? In this case, don't let your fingers overload your ass. Because hey, two mountains may never meet, but two mans all look. I talk like cash. Two mountains may never meet, but two men definitely will. You hear me? So don't ever think that just because you talking, and don't think that you're the toughest guy ever. Because you might just think that dude that you thinking you gonna play with, Lord Jesus, look out. And you know, I'm gonna rest my case on that one. You hear me? If y'all want to move on, we can.
Yeah, I'm good.
I bet. So okay. Man, the next question is a good question. Let's talk about it. What is a man/woman's role in a relationship/marriage? Man, talk to me, boo boy.
I mean, each heart desire a different aspect of life. From personal experience, I done had women that went 50-50. I done had women that didn't put in nothing. I done had women that didn't give 80-20. You know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to what the individual that's seeking that, you know what I'm saying, really looking for. Me personally, I feel like a woman's duties in the house and just me. I mean, like at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like that. I feel like a woman duty is me. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all I don't feel like my woman should work. Let me start there. I don't feel like a woman should work. I feel like a woman should have to go do 8 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours of a day, then come home and be a super duper mother. And then cater to my feelings and my needs and wants. And then find time for herself. And I don't feel like a woman should have to go through all that. I feel like a woman should just deal with the problems and the base level of what's going on in the home. You keep that netted, and I keep the rest netted. You know what I'm saying? So personally, my woman don't work, but when it comes to her role, I feel she needs to keep the house in check, the kids in check until they need to be checked by me. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to pay the bills, on that, it's completed. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to get things for the house, hey, woo, 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 cool, babe, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that role, keep the house flowing while I keep her in motion and I keep the house provided for and also protected from my duties. You know what I'm saying? But that's my personal take on that.
Preach. J Beast, what you think, man?
Yeah, it just depends. You know, everybody situation is different. Uh, but the traditional role is the man is the provider, and you know the woman is the nurturer. You know, she take care of the home and everything like that. So I, I like to keep with that you know that traditional view of it. Uh, you know, modern takes might be a little bit different, but I much prefer the traditional outlook. So,
Okay. More to go. What you think?
I'm gonna piggyback because I can only say what what I think is traditional too. And then I will say that over time, like of yesterday is not today, right? Type shit. And then I'm gonna just let y'all have it because I'm a part of the community, you know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the gay community. I have a wife, well, a fiance right now. So, y'all know what a woman want and a woman need, and y'all and the women know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man. You
But
know what I'm
it's
saying?
both
So
from
I'm gonna step out and let y'all. I'm gonna, look,
You got
I'm
it.
gonna step out and let y'all men have it. You know what y'all think?
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
JC, talk to me. I talk back.
I agree with what Boot Boy said, and I want to highlight the key word "have." Like, I don't think they should have to work, but I think that they deserve a choice to work if they want to. But it's on the man to provide and protect, and the woman to nurture, and you know what I'm saying. So I kind of
But JC, ask you a
but
question real quick.
say it again.
I said, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
How is it fair to your woman to go do an 8 hour and trick around some people, then come home and try to be genuine after a hard day, keep the house in order because she still got a role as a mother and a wife or girlfriend, and then find time for herself on the back end too because she need that moment to think and comprehend and get matters clear? How is it fair to her, even if it's by her choice? Because she might not see it that way or understand it, but how is it fair for her to have to be that person every day, every day, while you just gotta keep everything glued and check and put together and make sure you the provider and protector overall? It's not fair to her, in my opinion, but like you said, it's your opinion. I just want to ask you that question though. How is it fair to her?
I don't think it's about being fair, because like I said, it's their choice. Like I think them having the choice to be able to or not, it depends on them. Because some women want to. That's what the whole feminist movement was about. Women wanted to go to work. Women wanted to have these uh rights. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's unfair to take them away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think her having a choice to do what she wants, and a man creating an environment to where she can have that choice. And like you say, if the job is that hard to where is draining her, she can go ahead and quit, because you got it set up to where she can work if she wants to, but she don't have to. It's not needed. You know
So
what I'm
my
saying? So
so what's the
it all
purpose to
depends on
all
what
that
what your
unnecessary stress though? What's the purpose to
right,
all
but
that
it all depends
unnecessary
on the
stress?
it all depends on the woman. Like, if your woman wants to be a
No,
lawyer, you're not gonna stop her, right?
Okay,
yes, I
okay,
will,
okay.
because
Hey,
that
that's all
right there will
opinionated. It's
affect
all
our
opinionated.
relationship.
It's all opinionated. Hey, it's to the viewer's discretion. It's how the person view it. It's subjective. You hear me? And my take, I say, man, look, I go to the traditional way. My daddy, 80 years old. That's the way I was raised. The man go to work. The man take care of the woman. Like, that's the way. That's the way they go. You hear me? I mean, like, the woman. All right, what do I expect from my woman? A home cooked meal, a bath. I expect my laundry to be done. I expect the house to be clean. What do she expect from me? She expect me to take care of the house. The bills paid. She don't have to worry. What else she expect from me? If somebody threatens her or threaten harm to her, will she expect me to protect her? You hear me? If we're out in public and there's heavy lifting to be done, she expects me to lift it. Anything that'll take a strain off of her, she expects me to do that. I'm gonna do it. I expect her to clean the house, but she expect me to take out the trash. I expect her to cook the meal. She expect me to at least keep up with the dishes also. You hear me? I don't have to wash the dishes, but put my dish in the pan. I mean, in the sink. You hear me? Put my pan in the sink. Load the dishwasher. You hear me? Things of that nature. So it's equal. It's equal. It's equal. It's equal help. It's equal assistance, but it's just different. It's levels to it. You hear me? It's like, if we get a flat tire while we out on the drive, I'm changing the tire. You don't have to touch a thing. You feel me? If I'm coming home from work and I need my clothes and my shower stuff, you're gonna get that. I don't expect to have to go looking for, my shower stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying.
Hey,
That's
BR,
all
can
I'm
I ask a
saying.
question?
Can I ask a question? Man, go ahead. What's up?
To y'all,
Oh, to
cause
y'all,
y'all all men up here, right? How how often does it happen like that? Because I'm not in a heterosexual relationship, so how often does it happen like that? Like, me and my girl, I can't afford for my girl not to work. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the economy that we in. Like we both, my girl is the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? So how would
Hey,
I guess
Motor.
what's
Hey, I
going
don't
on?
think it happened off, and you just up here with some players, you hear me?
Okay,
Yes,
that's what it
Lord.
is. So do y'all so y'all all can afford for y'all woman to not go to work or nothing, no income coming in the house.
I mean, it didn't happen. It didn't happen
I'll answer your
overnight. It wasn't
question. I'll
overnight.
answer your
It wasn't.
question.
Hold on, let me just add this real quick. It wasn't overnight. We all got to this place over hard work, dedication, motivation, determination. We went through trials and tribulations. Everybody here had to put their dues in. Everybody had to put put their work in. Even in their relationships with their partner, everybody had to get through something. The only way you can get through something, you gotta go through something. You hear me? So in order to have that history and be like, oh, we did this, we got through it. This is our story. Now we live like this. Everybody had a history. They had a path they had to walk. So this wasn't easy. We not no niggas just saying like, oh, overnight we changed like since the first date it's been all gravy. Man, this shit took a lot of hard work, dedication, long, lonely nights. You hear me? But then when you get to the place that you can be in life, then you proceed to live the way that you see the world. When we couldn't do it, we didn't do it. But when we could do it, then now you able to live out the way that you view the world. And this is the way that we view the world. Hey, look, real quick, 1 second. Shout out Controversial Conversations Podcast. Man, we're gonna keep turning up. We're gonna keep turning up. Y'all keep tuning in. Go ahead, Motor. Go talk to me.
Nah, man, I get that. I get that, man. Okay, yeah, man. Good explaining that shit to me, bro. Cause I can also add in like I will see where to have that to happen too quicker if you wanted it to, you know what I'm saying? Living above your means, say for instance, I can live in a cardboard box, you know what I'm saying, and be okay myself. But then when you add somebody else on that has dreams and wishes, and you have to take in accountability of what kind of person you bringing in to be in a relationship with you, so that see if you can afford this type of woman. You know what I'm saying? Because some women that you come across and you may like them, but they have an expensive taste, and it's their choice to settle or level up or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I agree.
I mean, I answer your question in this take. To be able to put your woman in that type of situation, when it all boils down, you gotta sacrifice your own happiness.
Mm-hmm.
What you aim for, what you want, what you need comes second to last because you got a family you put first. Meaning that woman above the kids, because as long as that woman straight, them kids gonna maneuver how they need to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for yourself to get in that position, you gotta sacrifice a lot to like LA point to become that person to be able to put yourself on that level. Gotta let it all go and go for what you so you can put your feet up.
The boy's cooking.
But yeah,
Y'all
Right,
cooking.
go ahead, LA.
Okay, so look, man, we'll touch back on that definitely one day, but look, we're gonna move on a little bit, man. Let's talk about these kids today, dog. Come on now, dog. Come on now, man. Y'all gotta come on, look. And I ain't even gonna blame the kids, man. You gotta blame the parents, dog. It's like, look, listen, if you got a child, you supposed to teach your child at home before they have to learn in the world. You let your child get away with everything at home, they gonna go in the world thinking they can do the same. So somebody gonna have to bust their head. You hear me? Now you gotta run up here to the hospital because they done got their head bust. Man, I ain't talking about all kids. Shout out all the good kids on the honor roll, respectful kids. You hear me? Man, when I see a kid in the store that's respectful, he walk by you and he be like, excuse me, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Man, I give him a little money, man. Like, hey, boy, it's your type is rad.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? Man, my wife get attest to this, boy. I see them, I be like, your type is rare, man. Keep it up. That's motivation to let him know being a good person, it pays off. You hear me? Cause these little kids, man, hey, they don't play with me. I'm gonna keep it gangster. My wife will attest to this. They don't play. All I gotta do is look at them. Them bitches go the other way. You hear me? But man, these little kids today will make you want to put your hands on them, dog. And they treat older people, elders, like trash, dog. They treat them like trash. They treat mothers with their kids. If a mother with her kid and the kid ain't bad, he got manners, they'll try to bully the mother and the kid, dog. Like, man, come on, man. Look, what y'all, hey, talk to me, JBs. What you think?
Bro, I think that's all iPad kids right now. The way they grew up, it's the culture we in. It's all the media that's getting put out is the type of media that they consume. So they just mimicking what they see online. Like that's just the day and age that we in now. You know how it was different for us coming up. We ain't have no internet. We didn't have the world to look at to really like come up with kind of a way to act at that time. At that, coming up, we would act based on our peers and the people around us, and how we came up. People taught us the right way.
Right. You mean like they got a Louisiana kid acting like the New York drill, like little naughty in them. Yeah.
And basically, how they got trends now. It could be a trend that started anywhere in the country, but now everybody is doing this trend across the whole country. So it's not,
Right.
it's not necessarily like a local thing anymore. They getting raised by the world at this point.
Right. JC, talk to me.
But I think today, these modern times, it comes from. We kind of touched on this yesterday. Was like, so we strangers to our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Everybody living the individual lifestyle. It's to the point now. If a grown man see a child in the neighborhood doing something wrong, you can't even speak on it for fear what the parents gonna say. So how they say it takes a village or community to help raise the kids, that would give the kids respect. Or at least when I was coming up, they gave me respect to the elders. You know what I'm saying? It was always a thing where, you know, when an older person is talking, even if they saying something you don't agree with, it's not cool to disrespect them. Your mama would chew you out for that.
Right. Okay. Motor Go, what you think?
Man, I agree. I agree that it takes a village to raise a child. When I was growing up, I grew up in a village. Like for real. It's the village of South Mansfield. So Louisiana. So yeah, man, it takes a village, man. And then on top of that, it's everything that we really covering tonight, like technology. It's a bit of the food they got them macking all out of control, medicine, you know what I'm saying, and parenting, right? And yeah, it's a mixture. It's a big gumbo of it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. They out of control. And nowadays, like my girl, she's a teacher. So nowadays, those kids, man, are out of control. And it's like they getting worse and they keep talking about it like, hey, man, they can't even learn. You know what I'm saying? They don't even desire to learn. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a bit of the we're too spread apart from raising our kids because everybody doing their own thing. And you can't tell nobody else kids nothing because you don't know how the parents gonna pop off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a big disconnection. There needs to be a fix.
Okay. Boo boy, talk to me. I talk back.
Man, look here. At the end of the day, man, is the ragged ass parents and the ragged ass parents before them and the ragged ass parents before them. Because it was a handful of people that had back in the 80s, 70s. But look how the streets became when society parties was like the crack epidemic and AIDS.
Hey, real
It's
quick.
like
Hey, if you're not talking, hey, mute up if you're not talking from me, please. Thank you.
but it's so much targeted towards us and nowadays we so desensitized to so much, and we allow, like, we so busy focused on getting the bag that we really not raising our kids. AI is. Even before AI was actually AI technology, all these ads and advertisement, as one of y'all made earlier, the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we don't have time to give them knowledge, they're going to get it from somewhere. So if we're not the source, whatever source we allow is who they choose to become some point. But it's always going to start with the parents, in my perspective, because these parents need to catch these kids, put them in a room, and beat the fuck out of them. I mean, look, yeah, man, it's the parents, man. The kids act out because the parents care about their feelings. Man, look, when we were growing up, like y'all said, it took a village. True, they didn't care about us. Your feelings didn't matter. Your feelings didn't pay bills. You'll get over it in a day or two. You'll love me tomorrow, as they would say. But these days, we cater to these kids' feelings so much, and we turn them into the animal they become. So where we can't do nothing with them no more. So we let society deal with them. However, jail, uh, canes, this, that, or the third is like not fair to the world because you don't want to handle up to your responsibility. You don't want to put structure in your seed, like from the mothers and the fathers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one way, ain't no picking no point no fingers. If y'all lay together and make that child, it's both of y'all duty, in my personal opinion. So it's gonna always fall on the parents to allow these kids, because like one of y'all just said earlier, you go put that child in this place, now you gotta beat their mom or daddy up because they don't know how to make their child act in public. Your child over here bullying my child, now I gotta get on your child ass and you wanna come stand up for your child, which your parents should. But if you taught your child how to act and how to, then we need to be going through all of this. You know what I'm saying? So it stems from the home. What you allow in that house, that's what that kid gonna think the world accept. If you don't allow no consequences, and then the world ain't got no consequences. If it's structured, they gonna know, well, if I mess up somewhere, it's something coming to me. And that's just my personal take on that.
Okay, okay. Man, well look, we gonna keep it moving real quick. Man, this just like entertainment news. Kiki Palmer recent backlash. So they say that she decentered black culture because she made a show called Southern Fried Rice. You hear me? They say that she platformed Jonathan Majors on her and her mom and her husband mom shamed her. So with the rice, critics accused the concept of appropriating and decentering black culture within historically black cases. So that was with the TV show. You hear me? And then they say she did a show with Jonathan Majors doing his misdemeanor convictions for reckless assault and harassment. You did, and then Darius Jackson, her ex-husband, I think it is now, mom shamed her after the Usher concert. So we just wanted to touch real quick on Kiki Palmer. Man, I think Kiki Palmer kind of like the person that got married too soon and never lived their life, and now that's just what she doing. I feel like she a celebrity, right? So when you on camera, you gotta act one way, but you in real life gonna always be a different person. You hear me? JC, what you think?
I kind of agree with that. And I think the backlash with them asking like, is she a hypocrite for, like doing a podcast with Blueface, but then at the same time she was calling out Trey Songz for the same type of behavior or whatever. I would probably say no, because it's kind of like it's the way that she felt in the moment. You know what I'm saying? If she felt put on by Trey Songz and something that she didn't want to do, it's kind of like that was her prerogative. You know what I'm saying? But if she with Blueface and she feel comfortable, I don't think we should judge her for that.
Right, okay. JB's, what you think?
Yeah, similar to what JC said. Uh, you can't really call her a hypocrite because people could be with who they want to be with. You know, if she wasn't feeling, Trey Songz and she feeling, Blueface, that's on her. We really can't judge it anyway. That's her personal opinion.
Right. That was her choice. Yeah, I feel that. Uh,
Mhm.
Motor Go, want to say something on that?
Um, yeah, man. I rock with Kiki, man. I don't like this new show she got out. I mean, well, say she got out, but it's a TV network, YouTube network. Um, what is it called again? Chicken fried something? The
Yeah,
fried rice?
the fried rice. It's Southern Fried Rice. That's one of the
Yeah,
reasons that they said the critics accused the concept of appropriating and decentering black culture within historically black cases.
yeah.
So they basically saying that man, she a culture vulture and she was decentering and appropriating the culture.
Well, she I think she other culture. But you know what? She I watched it. I watched it up until I think I missed the last episode, but it got like 6 episodes. But I don't like it. I don't like it. It was no reasoning for having that. Even though we need to see it because it does happen and stuff like that. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like the actors and stuff like that. I'm clapping at them and for them to do their thing and stuff like that. But the whole concept of the show was unnecessary, and a lot of things in that show was stereotypical and it was highlighted bad. It kind of reminded you of that what just came out, The Good Times, the cartoon. It make you cringe. Yeah, so I don't like it. They highlighted a lot of stuff in their show that didn't need to be highlighted. Like they made the antagonist like a big black girl who was just speaking the truth, but made her the bad guy, and then it highlighted too much of their backgrounds of, man, I can't go to school. The best friend was pregnant, couldn't go to school, but she made all A's, was taking all kind of classes and everything, but just to put that person in a position and highlight it as everybody being wrong about their feelings, I don't like I don't like it. But Kiki Palmer, I mess with her, but after this, like I'm kind of got my eye raised.
Okay, Boo Boy, you want to say something?
I mean, I think Kiki pull a personal. I mean, I think Kiki pull a Martha Stewart, and the world just don't know how to take it. She been feeling like the world been accepting Martha for stealing recipes and allegedly and doing her thing, and then you got Patty came along and did her thing. Why she can't get a piece of it? Today is about all about exploitation. They've been making money off our culture. She just working. In my personal opinion, man, let me go try this. Same shit we doing. Let me go try this. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she just was after the money. She saw the dollar signs, and I just feel like the production could have been better. I feel like her production wasn't painted the narrative on this whole topic. I feel like at the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with one of us getting up on TV or getting up in front of a camera and showing the cooking skills that we basically learned from our ancestors. It don't matter who had a face, somebody got a wad. You know what I'm saying? They done made money off of us all this time. Why we can't make money off of us? It's part of the game, but when we do it, it's a problem. When they do it, it's business. I don't understand the concept here. Is either you gonna play the game or you're not, but you gotta be a businessman if you do. And to the point of the whole Usher thing, I felt like that was her way of letting go once she divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just her way of yeah. And with Blueface might just be her type of dude. Trey Songz might just not. You know what I'm saying? Trey Songz has been known for being a womanizer way before Blueface became who he is. So it's just depth of it. She might have friends that done dealt with Trey Songz and stories that can attest to who he is outside of the music. Blueface is becoming a face now because of the streaming. Outside of that, he was known for a couple of songs and a semi pro rapper. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just my opinion on that right there. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so look for sports tonight, man. We're gonna talk. We're gonna ask the question: should women compete in combat sports? So when women compete in physical combat sports, they have significant higher risk of concussions and broken bones. They have higher risk of brain trauma from weight cutting, and they lose bone density. So in my opinion, I feel like, man, we were looking at a clip earlier, man, of two women looking like they survived the zombie attack, dog. If women beating on each other like that, man, y'all go ahead and stop. Man, no, look. We just said that we feel like the woman should stay at home. Hold up.
Well, till he returned back on his point, I guess I'll slide in real quick with my opinion. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Well, I feel like a woman should be involved in no type of physical back. Neither should a man, unless it's for behind protecting him, doing what he got to do for the ones he loves. But as far as woman in sports, I think that should be done away with. Should no man have to come home and see their woman beat up like that behind a couple of dollars? It's just not worth it, baby. Losing your face will feed you damaging your face and your behind a few dollars of entertainment. These people going home and looking the same at night. Well, I gotta bandage you up and look you through these scars and wounds. Man, you can't play with my woman in public outside of sports, let alone in sport, because she's not fighting nobody in my presence. I don't hit my woman. Why would I let you hit my woman? Don't set out. But that's my point to that.
Well, I feel like
Right.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now you got it,
Oh,
man.
well, look, I was just gonna say, look, that's kind of what I was about to say. Nah, dog, yeah, man, you hit, man, listen, you put your hands on my wife, dog, I'm gonna hit you. Man, woman, dog, cat, alien, spaceship, no matter. Man, you tripping if you thinking you can play with that. And then if you could be like, let's fight. You don't have to be wanting to do nothing extra. You know what I mean? You could just ask her like, let's thumb wrestle, man. Slap the shit out you. Like,
Hey,
yeah,
fucking
like
with her,
wait,
you doing something extra.
that's what I'm saying. So like that's my point to that, you hear me? JC, I mean Motor, go ahead, talk to me.
Okay, what? So I guess I asked the question like, what do you do with the women who love it? What do you do with the women who love to get out there and compete? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You give parameters.
Who you asking the question?
I guess I'm asking I guess I'm asking y'all, they say that ask the question again, man, about it's combat, right? If they want to do like combat sports, right?
It's like should women compete in combat sports, meaning like UFC, boxing, rugby, football, shit that you gotta actually get physical.
If they competing with another woman, now I don't think they should be out there with men and doing all that stuff. Now that's crazy. But like if they competed with women, they fought for that right to even get up there. So it's known that women want to do this. It's a lane for them. So I guess if they want to do it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if they want to do it, then they could compete, if they want to do that. And if it makes no less of a man who would let their woman do what they want to do, right? But nobody, I can see why men wouldn't want that because they want their woman beautiful, at the end of the day, not getting broken noses and concussions and stuff like that. But the same goes as women like that shit for men. So I don't know. Yeah, y'all got it. You there, Law? BR? I'm out of here. Let me see. I might be out.
Well,
Now my mic on. Go ahead.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think somebody else went out.
Well, to your point, like you said, I think women should have the choice to choose what they want to do. And to LA, you know, like I said, I was my statement on the matter about the being traditional women staying home. I think men should make it a space where women don't have to work, but if she choose to, then she can. You know, I don't think is a man's right to force a woman not to do something she don't want to do. Like if she choose to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think as a man, you're supposed to be able to provide that type of environment to where it's okay, you know? And and that's kind of my views on that.
Yeah, true. I kind of feel how most everybody else feel on it. Like if women want to do it, I can't be against it. Because true that is their choice, and because some women are different. Some women are raised with a lot of brothers, so some of them is more rougher than others. They got some women out there that's rougher than men. So can't be against it.
Yeah.
The other point too about the women not going to work and stuff unless they have to. Man, my situation is I think that's a little bit of luck for like the man to be able to provide enough income to where your woman could be at home and not work. Now the other side to that is I feel like your wife or significant other, if they are at home, they can't just be idle. Everybody needs something to do. So
Right.
That's why to your point, that aspect, you create hobbies for her. You give her ideas. Nowadays, fitness is a hobby. Nowadays, like anything is a hobby. You have freedom in your day to go explore. You don't have to go get yourself into these positions to where you gotta give the world above and beyond when your true mission is to live happy. If I'm providing you these things to where you can live happy and go explore and do these things, then what are we really chasing?
Your mic kind of messed up, man. I think a little bit. We can hear you. We can hear you, but it's kind of crumbling a little bit. Right, y'all? Y'all hear it?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Talk. Yeah, it's still doing it. Or am I tripping? Do y'all hear something?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Okay, go ahead, man. It might just be me. My bad. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all, mute up when y'all not talking. Mute up when y'all not talking.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just feel like when it comes to that lifestyle, you got to provide enough for her to be able to go create habits and hobbies and things to do. Give her a reason for gardening. Give her a reason for those sports outside of combat. A woman shouldn't have to want to be violent to be understood or heard. A woman at the end of the day is a delicate being. She just wanted to be talked to and all her trauma go with a little attention and confidence. Boy, all the seven, like you say, seven brothers. That's a woman that don't know how to be a woman. She don't know how to be tough because she grew up around. She grew up in a woman-like environment. Her mind is be like. So that's survival. But when she learned how to be a lady and be delicate, she can come home and hold, talk to, and touch. No frustration whatsoever with the ones you bring in the kids. Like, that's a beautiful thing for them. I'm not saying I'm just saying provide the ability for that muscle to not have to feel like
You going in and out, big boy. You going in and out.
Y'all can't hear me?
Your connection was going in and out. But to Motor Go point, you know, if as a man you decide to get with a woman and she loves combat sports, you know, I don't think that you should try to control her and make her not do it. Find a woman that don't want to do that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But women deserve the choice to choose what they want to do.
Yeah. And then let me add this in. I don't think be all here to even change up on us. So I say this. I feel like what old dude saying that just left off, he was saying some good stuff too, because if you raise this way and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, you will want to be you know what, I'm gonna say this. I don't watch a lot of sports. I don't watch a lot of boxing and stuff like that. And it ain't just because I don't have a love for it. I feel like as me being this color in this nation, I feel like we got a lot of work to do. That's why we saying stuff about the kids and all this other stuff. I think we can use our brains in so much different things than we should be catching up. We are behind, man. But I feel like we're in God's grace too, some kind of way. You know, we still ain't gave up, right? So I just feel like, man, I'm somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should be just beating up on each other. I never liked that.
Right. Okay, so man, our last topic for the night, man, we're gonna go favorite horror movie of all time. I'll go first and get it out of the way. Man, I'm Jason Voorhees all day. But you know, Michael Myers my honorable mention. But if you want to know like what's a crazy movie that's realistic that I actually had you thinking like it can happen, so I call that scary. Man, look, with JC back in the day, he put me on a movie called The Fourth Kind. Yeah, dog. Yeah, y'all gotta check that out. Huh?
He stole my movie.
Oh, that's the one you were gonna say? Nah, look, hey, y'all see that? Hey, it's really, hey, it'll make you think it can really happen, dog, for real. But look, well, JC, go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, the Fourth Kind is kind of like it's supposed to be a real thing that happened, and it got like police body cam footage or the dash cam, and it mixed that up with the actual movie. But it's about, you know, aliens taking people or whatnot. That's the Fourth Kind is alien abduction. And it kind of go into detail with a psychiatrist or whatnot. And it's supposed to be events that really actually happen. And they mix the actual real footage with the film footage. So,
okay, what you would say your favorite horror movie is though?
My favorite. I ain't gonna lie, I got a bunch of horror movies that's pretty good. One of my favorites though might be Sinister. Like I think that was a good, even part 2 and all of that. But one of my honorable mentions, I'd probably go either The Autopsy of Jane Doe or Malignant. Malignant had a good twist to it. But The Autopsy of Jane Doe was pretty good.
Okay. JB, talk to us. What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one movie. It's an older one. It's really a zombie movie. I don't know if you could call it horror. It's called Dawn of the Dead. It's literally one of my favorite horror movies. It's almost one of my favorite movies in general. It's an older Dawn of the Dead.
Hey, Dawn of the Dead is nostalgic, dog. Yes, Lord. More to go. What you got for it?
Man, I don't watch scary movies, man. All of them scary to me. You know, I tried to get through them when I was young, so I left out on a lot of older movies like, It and stuff like that. What is it? Chainsaw and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't watch them. They all scary to me, bro. Everything, even Chucky.
Okay. Boo Boy, take us out. What you got for it?
My bad, bro. I'm gonna let you do your thing here. All time, all right. I mean, I'm not even big into horror movies no more. But at the time, I probably say favorite probably it too, something of that nature. Penny was something else in it too. But I don't know, anything paranormal activity type or insidious. That's a whole different caliber of scary for me. But yeah, that's my two.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of it, dog, if y'all ain't watch it, Welcome to Derry, man, go check that out. You hear me? And if y'all want some good, horror movies just to check out, Amityville Horror, all the paranormal activities, Insidious, yeah, man, get to it. Man, anybody else got anything they want to say before we end?
We got another one I just thought of that was pretty good. It's called Oculus, and it's about a haunted mirror. And it got a good twist to that too.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah,
No,
on
go ahead.
Insidious, bro. Insidious was probably one of the scariest movies I ever seen. I had to cut it off. I didn't even watch it. Like it was
Me
that
too.
scary.
Or
I had
two,
to
I
cut it
cut
off.
it off. I fuck that.
Man, y'all toe up, dog.
When you get to playing with that haunted shit like spirits and demons, they make you take a whole different caliber of Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, boy. You crazy.
Nah. Hey, if you think Insidious crazy, man, I'm gonna think of the name of it. I'm gonna hit y'all in the group chat. Man, they got like a documentary where they was going in hotels and old hospitals, you hear me? And I'm talking about, listen, it
You
could have
talking
been
about Ghost
special
Hunters?
effects. Man, I don't know what it was. I'm gonna look it up though. I remember it was
It
specific.
used to be a little TV show back in the day when they used to go around doing that. I used to watch it all the time. It was called Ghost Hunters. They'll
It was
go to
called
old
something. It
haunted
was called
hotels and shit.
Nah, it was called something Hunters, but it wasn't Ghost though. But it was about Ghost though. You hear me? And they would go to like hotels and hospitals and abandoned like
One of the
reform
most
schools
haunted
and
places
shit.
on Earth. I think that was the most haunted place on Earth.
Some shit like that. Yeah, some shit like that. But look though, that shit there, nigga. Hey, look, you saying shit in real time, like you hear me? Like I'm looking at it like, man, if I see something move in that living room right now, dog, everything, man, look, you gonna get down and lay down. You better not play
Now you see
around. You
why we
hear
cut
me?
it off.
Yo, God. Hey, but look though,
That's how to be
man,
playing
look,
with
hey,
yourself.
It's kind of up the same vein. They got a movie called 1407 with Samuel Jackson and John Cusack, where he's an author that goes to the most haunted places on Earth and write about them. And he ended up going to this hotel in room 1407. That's a good one too.
Ooh.
We're gonna take us out of here.
Okay. With that being said, man, look, y'all have a good night. Y'all can catch us tomorrow, same time. You hear me? 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8:30 p.m. Central and 9:30 p.m. Eastern. You hear me? Hey, so with that being said, this is another episode of the Controversial Conversations Podcast, episode 6. Hey, look, y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all tomorrow.